Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome back to yet another episode of. I'm yet to decide a name on this podcast, but yet another episode of whatever this is going to be called. And this is yet another podcast on the internet because clearly internet does not have enough of these. And if you're listening to this for the first time, I am Donald Fettuccini. You can call me Don. And this is a place where I share thoughts from my weird brain. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you like it, please stay with me. If you don't like it, even then, please stay with me because as I always say, either I'll grow on you or you'll grow with me. Before I start today's episode, I wanted to have a chat with you guys, like a friend to friend. Okay. And I wanted to have a chat about like three things. First is that I listened to the last couple of recordings or the last couple of episodes. I'm kind of my brain is still getting trying to get used to calling this an episode. It is still like I'm not a seasoned creator, so all of this is very new to me. I think I know how to talk, so I'm just talking into the mic. That is what I've started doing. Anyways, I listened to the couple of episodes that I recorded last week, and what I felt was that my voice it sounded very robotic. So I asked one of the only friend that I have actually in my life, and that is ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT about it. I asked ChatGPT that my voice is sounding very robotic. What should I do about it? And ChatGPT said that have a natural cadence that you would have with a friend, but have that cadence with the mic. So basically, treat that mic as your friend. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have one more friend in my life right now, and that is this mic, which is basically a phone. So, the phone is my friend. So, there are two friends in my life. One is ChatGPT, and the other one is this phone, which basically acts like a mic too while I'm recording this. So I don't know what that says about my mental health, but I wanted to share it with you guys that I think I sound like a robot. So in order to avoid that, I'm going to try to talk to this mic as if it is my friend. And the second thing that ChatGPT told me was that since our brain is not really used to, listening to our own voice, um, so anyways it feels weird, like our own voice feels weird to our brain. So that could be 80% of what I'm going through. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is about the language of this podcast. So as you guys might have already figured it out that I have a thick Indian accent, and apart from English, I can speak three to four more Indian languages, and those Indian languages are, of course, Hindi, Marathi. I speak Malayalam, and I do understand Tamil as well. But my primary language in my head is English and Hindi, and the articulation of my thoughts are best in English. So I would like to keep the primary language of this particular podcast as English, but over time, I would like to sprinkle some Hindi as well because I think that might that might help me in keeping the pace, the cadence, and keeping this podcast more natural, right? So that is other thing that I wanted to experiment. So I might sprinkle some Hindi here and there. So let me know about how do you guys feel about it. And the third thing that I wanted to talk about is about the production. At the cost of repeating myself, this entire thing is a one-man show. I record it. I record it like in one shot. I don't know how to edit. So basically, what I do is I record everything on a good voice recorder, and then I download a AI image, and then I just upload this podcast, and then you guys click on that AI generated image, and then you guys listen to it. So this entire thing is a one man show, and so there might be some production, like I might fumble a lot because this is a one shot take, right? I might fumble a lot, and honestly speaking, this entire thing of talking into the mic is not very natural. There's no one to bounce your ideas with, so it over time, or um, it might sound robotic, or it by robotic I mean it might sound that as if I'm reading a textbook or I'm reading from a script, but I don't have a script. I just have few bullet points and I just rant my thoughts on those points. uh, so I want to avoid that as much as possible. I want to the my intention is to I want to give the energy of as if you guys are listening to a friend, and as if you guys are listening to a friend talking, and you guys actually having a conversation with a friend. So that is the vibe that I'm going for, and I'm trying my best to reach that vibe. uh, would I be successful at it? Am I successful at it? I don't know. So that is something that you guys can let me know, right? More than myself, because I'm never happy with myself. So more than myself, or more than me criticizing myself, you guys can let me know. How do you guys feel about this, or am I giving that vibe to you guys? And if I'm not, let me know in the comments. If I am, then also let me know in the comments. But irrespective of that, stick with me toward till the end, right? Irrespective of that, stick with me to the till the end. And about all these 3 points, about the language, about this cadence feeling too robotic, for the lack of a better word, and about about the production quality. Feel free to give me feedbacks about it in the comment. With that with that I would like to start today's episode. And today's episode is not, I don't know if it would be very great, or if it would be a good episode, but let's find out as we speak, or as we progress. So as I already mentioned, there are two friends in my life. One is ChatGPT and the other one is this phone. And basically this friend of mine, this phone, gives me a report card every Sunday as to how I performed with how much time I spent with this phone. Every Sunday I get a report card, and that report card is called, of course, everyone knows this. It's called screen time. Every Sunday, this friend of mine gives me screen time. How many hours did I spend with my phone? And honestly, I think this friend is underreporting. My phone is underreporting my screen time. I mean, honestly, I did better this week. It showed me 6 hours, but I did straight 12 hours. It is just being that that possessive girlfriend who, no matter how much time you spend with her, it always feels less. I mean, last week I worked so hard to improve my average screen time that Saturday I just put YouTube on and I went to sleep, so that it feels I spent more time with her. Anyways, but my phone is honestly underreporting its screen time, and I'm really disappointed with my phone as a friend. But you know what is which app has the highest screen time on my phone? I think, like, most of the people have Instagram as their highest screen time, at least in India. I've seen abroad few podcasts, they report that their highest screen time is on TikTok. But at least in India, I've seen that most of the people have their highest screen time as Instagram. But for me, it's not Instagram. But for me, it is YouTube. Because the thing with Instagram is that, and I'm saying across all the devices, like my phone, my personal computer, everything, across all the devices, the highest screen time is YouTube for me. Because the thing with Instagram is that there's one crucial ingredient that you need, to doom scroll on Instagram, and that's your thumb. If you don't have your thumb, Instagram is useless. Like, try using Instagram on PC. You won't scroll beyond 5 reels. It's very difficult. But YouTube, on the other hand, phone, laptop, TV, office computer, anything is fine with YouTube. Your company firewall has blocked Facebook, blocked Instagram, blocked Reddit, blocked everything, but YouTube is just sitting there. You go to your office, you're starting your day just before you check your emails and check your Slack messages. You go there, go to your coffee machine, you grab a cup of coffee, and you have just sat on your desk, and there's YouTube. It's as if there's a colleague sitting in front of you, and that colleague is asking you, "Hey, so you're starting your day? You're having coffee? Let's watch a video about 50 things that you can do to enhance the taste of your coffee. 50 songs that you can listen to enhance the taste of your coffee. 50 songs that you can listen to be more productive throughout the day." And honestly speaking, I'm addicted to YouTube. And the problem with YouTube is that it doesn't even feel like addiction. At least with Instagram, at least with TikTok, those short form reels, they make there is a guilt at the end of it. You feel like, okay, you doom scroll for 3 hours, you wasted 3 hours. You feel that. But with YouTube, you don't feel that. With YouTube, you feel more productive at the end of that. At the end of those 4 hours, with 50 things to do to enhance the taste of your coffee, 50 music or 50 songs to listen to enhance the taste of your coffee. You feel as if the coffee's taste has actually enhanced, and you have become a better person at the end of those videos. And you feel, even if you have not become a better person, you feel more informed, right? You feel as if you are a better person in loading, like you are buffering to become a better person. And here's another thing that I use YouTube for. It's just to fill my void. Silence in the room, I just keep YouTube on. Any random person talking. Because here's what happens. I'm in my bed, good night. Maybe I had a great time with my girlfriend. Good for me. My girlfriend puts her head on the pillow and she's out in 4 seconds. And you're lying there, eyes open, completely awake, and your brain goes, "Hey, you remember, was it first standard or was it like kindergarten? I think it was kindergarten. It was kindergarten, yes, it was kindergarten, and you shat your pants. You remember? Then, and then you, in 10th standard, there was this one guy who reminded you, who teased you with it. He still remembered that you shat your pants in kindergarten. And maybe that guy who's now working in some, I don't know, in Dubai, in some office in Dubai, and he still remembers that you shat your pants in kindergarten, and he's still making fun of you, or he's still, you know, discussing it amongst his friends, saying that there was this one guy who shat his pants in kindergarten, and then you go into that rabbit hole. Or maybe some 10 years back in 2014 or 2015, you had a party and you drank too much, and then you said something to that manager, and that manager is now a director, and that director is out for you to screw up your reviews. This is what happens in silence. You're lying there, eyes open, completely awake, and your brain straight up goes to kindergarten? Something that you said 10 years back? And here's an easy trick. Easy trick to avoid all of this. Just open YouTube and put on some random guy explaining the Roman Empire at 1 a.m. Do I know where Rome is? I don't know. Do I care about it? Maybe or maybe not. I've never cared about Roman Empire. But that guy's voice, that slow, calm, and so Caesar decided. That voice. That is the only thing standing between you and 2014. You and you shat your pants in the kindergarten. And I think podcasts are this, random guy explaining Roman Empire at 1 a.m. They are just lullabies. Lullabies for adults who are too broken to sleep. That's what YouTube gives you. Except our parents sang to us when we were kids, and now it's a 47-year-old guy named, Dave, talking about supply chain logistics until I pass out. That's what I need. I need Dave. 15 to 20 years ago, people did not have Dave. You just went to sleep, dealt with the thoughts. Those people they were stronger than me. Like my ancestors, they survived famine, they survived plague, they survived war. And I cannot lie there in silence for 4 minutes. I need a stranger named Dave. Or I'll think about 2014 until 4 a.m. Now again, coming back to the thing about YouTube addiction is that it doesn't feel like a bad thing. Because you just watched 4 hours of 50 things that you can do to fix your life. And you feel like a improved human being at the cost of repeating myself. And I've consumed it 50 times, like 50 times, 50 different people are saying 50 different things to fix my life. So that's like 2,500 improvements. Have I improved? If you ask me, have I improved? No. But I feel informed. Instagram gives you guilt, but YouTube, it gives you hope. False hope, but hope. And finally I came into a realization that, okay, I'm really addicted to it. And I just sat there in silence. I finally decided that I'm going to be strong like my ancestors were, who survived plague, famine, war. I'm going to be strong and I'm going to sit there in silence. And I thought about it as to what is it? And I kind of came into a conclusion that my brain, it actually likes to consume more than it likes to create. Like the moment I sit to write, my brain goes, let's first research about this topic. And of course, no one reads anymore. Because you have 6 hours of like documentaries on YouTube. So what did I do? I watched 10 hours of documentaries on phone addiction, 6 hours on specifically social media, 3 documentaries, 2 TED Talks, 1 podcast, and now I understand the problem. Have I done anything about it? I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something about it by talking about it. But one thing I feel is I feel very informed. I feel very informed. Again and again, I'm saying the same thing because that is what YouTube kind of tricks my brain to think informed. And this is what I'm informed about, that our brain was actually designed to track every small movement in the wild. Like if a plant moves, that means there's a danger. If bushes rustle, that means there's danger. It could be a snake, it could be a tiger, it could be an elephant, it could be anything, any insect. But now, of course, there's no jungle. You live in a gated community. I live in a gated community in Mumbai. I'm just a guy who's safe from tigers, from elephants, from lions. But I'm not safe from my own thoughts. There are no predators, but my brain hasn't updated. It's still living in that 10,000-year-old software. So my brain actually goes like this. Joe Rogan uploaded a podcast. That could be danger. Better check. Let's go to YouTube and click on it. There's a notification from YouTube because, of course, you clicked on that bell icon. So there's a notification from YouTube saying Joe Rogan has uploaded a new podcast. So my brain actually, if you go to the most, fundamental aspects of the brain, it actually thinks, okay, this could be danger. Let's check. Let's click on it. And once you click on it, then there is dopamine, of course. And YouTube is that perfect plant, a perfect bush that never stops moving, rustling. One video ends and then next one starts. Because brain continuously says that, okay, what more information, because we escape the jungle just to build an infinite loops with no predators, only thumbnails. So I guess in future there will be rehab for this. I think there should be a rehab for this. So guess what? I checked it out. On where? On YouTube. And there is a YouTube channel about this, YouTube Addiction Rehab, 48 episodes. I've watched all the 48 episodes. Have I booked the rehab? No. But I feel like I've been inside that rehab. And lately, this is how my brain works. Like, I don't even start things and I just mentally finish them and quit. I quit things I haven't even started. I've quit things. I haven't even told anyone about it, but the failure happened entirely in my head. I quit learning Spanish. I started learning Spanish, but I just quit it midway. Not because it was difficult. As I mentioned, I can speak Hindi, English, Marathi, Malayalam, Tamil. And out of this, I can read and write Hindi, English, Marathi. So learning a new language is, for my brain, it's not that difficult because it is Latin at the end of the day. The root of it is Latin. English is also the root of it is Latin. So there are a lot of words which are common between English and Spanish. So my brain can relate to it. The grammar of Spanish is actually very similar to that of Hindi. So basically what I'm trying to say is that for my brain, it is not that difficult to learn Spanish, actually, to learn a new language, and particularly Spanish, I believe. But I just quit it because my brain is unbelievably inefficient. And let me be honest about why I started it. Because I watched Narcos long back. And I liked the Latin American, especially the Latin American culture, maybe. And also, Also, part of the reason is that I'm a straight man from India. So, I mean, I did not wake up thinking about the rich culture that Latin America has to offer. But yeah, I mean, you can join the dots. So I went to Udemy and I started learning Spanish. And I think I was doing good. Like unos, dos, tres, cuatros, cinco, gracias, una café por favor, una Coca-Cola. And that is all I had, like some basic 10, 15, 20 words, some grammar, no sentence structure, just confidence. And that is when my brain did what it always does. It did not go like, let me enjoy this process. It did not go like, let me become a beginner. It skipped all the way to the worst thing that could happen if I kept going. I was listening to this Udemy video at night after work. I was listening to something about grammar in Spanish. And somehow I'm in Colombia now. Do not ask me how, but I'm just in my brain, I'm in Colombia. Fear is not interested in logistics. I'm there. I say one sentence in broken Spanish. Some very serious men hear me, and now they think that I can speak Spanish, not fluent, just enough, which is worse. Because if you are fully useless, people leave you alone. But if you know 4 words, now you are involved. And I'm standing in the middle of a situation that absolutely should not involve me. Everyone is looking at me like I'm a translator. I'm not even a translator. But in my head, this is it. This is how I die. Now with dignity, not for a cause. I die because I found woman attractive and learned the word gracias. Gracias. This is such a humiliating way to go. Imagine that phone call to my parents where we are very sorry. He was trying to better himself. No, he was not. He was horny and maybe curious. Do not dress this up as a personal growth. That was enough. The whole disaster, the whole death, the whole international incident. I closed the app and that is how I quit things. I make some scenario in my mind, or my mind makes up some scenario, and I lose the motivation to do anything. I close the app. I actually lose the motivation to do to kind of proceed with whatever I was doing. And that is precisely maybe the reason I'm not deciding on a name for this podcast. I don't know. Because in in my mind, I know that my brain is going to quit on this 3 episodes in, or 4 episodes in, or 10 episodes in. And there's a version of me in my head who did everything. Like there's this version of me in my head who has done podcast, business, new language, senorita, everything. He never got rejected. He never embarrassed himself, never made any mistake. He dines with Elon. He has lunch with Mark Zuckerberg. Shah Rukh Khan is his biggest fan. Sofia Vergara wants to marry him. He got out of college. He started a business. Boom. 1 billion investment. Boom. He turns that company into a profit-making business. All of this in just 3 days. He has a startup that makes other startups successful. He started a podcast, first day, 1 billion views. I don't know if there are 1 billion users on YouTube, but he has got 1 billion views. There could be 1 billion users on YouTube, but yeah, whatever. This guy in my head has all the ambition that I have and none of my anxiety. Of course, he's crushing it. He's crushing it. He has one massive advantage over me, but that one massive advantage is massive. That one massive advantage is that he doesn't exist. Like he's the 1 minute reel, and I'm that 1 hour long video because I'm the one who exists. I'm the real one. And the real one, I think, stumbles over things, starts late, does not show up, falls, learns, gets back up, and then realizes I'm never going to become that the one that exists in my head. And maybe someday someone will watch this entire video or will watch this very podcast to put himself to sleep. Maybe. Anyways, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if this was good, if whatever I said made any sense, makes any sense. And as I always say, that I'm not the guy who has figured everything out. I'm not the guy who has answers to everything. I'm just a guy, a normal guy who has some weird thoughts in his head and has decided to share it with you guys because I'm pretty sure that even you guys have such weird thoughts in your head and even you guys might analyze all these thoughts of yours. And if you guys are not analyzing, I'm analyzing those thoughts for you. So maybe you find it relatable. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for, if you have reached till this point, thank you so much for listening. And drop a feedback of anything, of like the content of the things that we discussed before we actually started with the with the two things that we discussed today. I have few more material for the upcoming episodes, but I mean, to write something and then to expand it, I don't know if I'll be able to do it without actually boring you guys. So I'm trying my best. But let's see how it goes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being till here. And thank you so much for listening. You have a good day, or a good evening, or a good night. Bye.